Hi Taurus, welcome to your November 2025 Tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. Check them out for all three so that you know which part of you I resonate with most as a reader. And with that said, I do want to mention these are very early, but there's a reason for that. Knee deep in all of the 2026 stuff because of the way that it's structured to go out. I'm not going to be able to get to these at the end of the month, so you're getting them now. With that said, stay tuned for the 2026 goodies because I pulled out all the stops this year. Trust me, you are getting goodies like you will never believe, Henny. Never believe. I'm so excited for all of this. With that said, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So I'm going to pop these actually we're going to start here for your key to the month. I'll be switching up the format of these monthlies soon as well. It's just been really, you know, when they say the one resource that we're not making any more of is time, it's so true, right? Like, and you can only fit so much in a day. So yeah, anyway, you have the Magician card as your key to the month. We like. This is basically saying that you are tapping into your universal manifesting power and ability. What it also is a reminder to say you have everything that you need. So whatever it is that you're facing this month, and when I say facing, I mean, you know, whatever you want to create, whatever you want to do. Maybe you're saying to yourself, you know, I can't do this or I can't do that. Well, the Magician card is saying that you tell him fibs, all right? You have everything that you need. You have all of the components. You have all of the bits and pieces, and now you have to get you have to get yourself together, honey, so that you can start putting all of these things together in order to make them in order to make your desires or your dreams a reality. What this also speaks to as well, and in specific you'll see this when we get to the work sector, but what this also speaks to is putting yourself out there in some way, shape or form. For your actions and options this month, you've got the Page of Wands. I love this, right? This is messages. Even though your Page of Wands represents what you are doing, Page of Wands is creative. It's dynamic, it's forceful even, right? It gets its energy out there. What I will say to you is this is a month for you to really put yourself out there. This is not a month to shrink behind the curtains. This is not a month to hide out. This is the month where you have to really put yourself out there in some way, shape or form. What this also suggests is that your actions this month really are guided. Listen to your intuition this month. I mean, really pay attention to it because there's obviously messages coming in. Now, in terms of the options that are available to you, there is a chance for you to market yourself in some way, shape or form. So you better get used to it, honey, because you are getting out there. All right. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Page of Swords. This brings a little bit more of a serious tone, and there's a reason for that. 2 pages, and it represents the energy of disquiet. So one of the things that I would say to you is be careful this month because there could be a professional or a work dispute of some sort that shows up. So I just want you to be extra careful in how you're talking to people, how you're approaching things. I'm not saying be scared of people. I'm not saying don't check a bitch when you need to. What I am saying is watch how you speak to people because the way that things could come across could end up causing tensions that you really don't want or need at this moment in time. Now, with that said, when it comes to the quality of conversation that you're having this month, remember there is a Mercury retrograde, so you want to keep that in mind. The fact that you have the Magician card, which is Mercury, means that in some way, shape or form, this is likely to potentially affect you in some way. Why? Well, let's look at the facts. Mercury will be retrograding out of the sign of Sagittarius and back into the sign of Scorpio. For you, that's the 7th house. If you're an ascendant Taurus, lesser degree but still relevant sun and the moon. So what this means is your partnerships, your connections, your collaborations in some way, shape or form are going to come under it. Because you have 2 pages which represents the energy of disquiet, you do need to be a little bit extra careful. When it comes to those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, at this point you know enough to be dangerous. My advice would be don't play with the subject matter. If you're going to do it properly, do it seriously, and give it the time and effort that it really requires and demands, quite frankly. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, it's possible here that if you have like a work wife or a work bestie or whatever, like you could maybe disagree on something this month. It doesn't look like a full-on argument just yet, but I will say again, watch how you approach something this month, because you know, and I mean this with no disrespect, but you are Taurus after all. There's a bull in a china shop, right? So this month, just be careful with how you're speaking to people, because how it could come across could be taken in the wrong way or misconstrued, and then it's like you've got to spend all that time rebuilding a bridge that you really didn't want to rumble in the first place. When it comes to those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, it's a similar kind of energy, but if you have employees, they are probably going to be a little bit more unruly. Say unruly like they're your children, but do you know what I mean? Like they're probably going to be a little bit more, just a little bit more this month. So do watch out for this, because you know it could be just more hassle than it's absolutely worth at the moment. When it comes to your those of you that are retired, you know, I'm going back to this quickly. Obviously you can't get rid of your employees, but what I'm saying is, one, there could be some kind of infighting that goes on between them if you've got more than one. Two, it could be that they are a little bit out of sorts, but again, you don't want to rock the boat, right? So just be careful. When it comes to those of you that are retired and no longer working, whatever paperwork and documentation you're looking at over the course of this month, check it and double check it. Just be really clear on what is A, being asked of you, and B, what is being delivered versus what's on the paper. For your love and relation, so for those of you that are partnered, married, or in a long-term commitment, this is gorgeous. Love this energy. There's almost like a little bit of a fantasy whirlwind. It's kind of like, you know, the world is falling apart, but we all good in here. Right? Like your relationship is not only sanctuary, but it's light, it's beautiful, it's loving, it's easy, it's warm, it's kind. These two pages, interestingly enough, right, do suggest, like I said, that Mercury retrograde is going to be a miscommunication of some sort. So do watch out for that in partnerships, just because, you know, if things are going good, you want to keep them going good. When it comes to those of you that are single and looking to mingle, this is one of those times where family members, friends, etc. could encourage you to go on a date. Maybe you connect with somebody, maybe you interact with somebody, and it could absolutely go swimmingly. I do love this. What I will say though is, obviously you've got the Magician here, so do watch out for either people whose stuff and finances are their status, so maybe a little bit shallow. And on the other side of it, watch out for people who, you know, promise the earth and deliver a rock, okay? You just kind of, you want to Shania Twain that shit, right? That don't impress me much. You know, talk to me as a person on a level, and then we'll see who you really are. When it comes to your money and materials, you've got the 6 of Wands. Taurus, you better get this money. Look at that, right? I love this for you, especially with the Magician card. If you are doing the work, if you are putting yourself out there, if you're open to the opportunities that unfold, if potentially as well, and going back to the employment part for a second, for those of you that are employed by somebody else, an opportunity could open up within your team, within your sector, and maybe you go for it and very likely get it. And it kind of steps on someone's toes because they wanted it. Well, you know, you won fair and square, so it kind of is what it is, right? But do be careful, because there could be some sour grapes in the air. All right. That being said, look at this, right? You've got the Six of Wands. Whatever you are working hard at, whatever you are working to excel at, wherever you're doing your marketing, wherever you're really selling yourself or putting yourself forward, or your business or whatever it is that you're doing, the financial rewards and benefits are absolutely available to you. Love this. The money is flowing this month, so we're here for that, right? When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is a great card for that, especially if you've had low energy, low mood, if you've had any sort of illness, etc. This suggests that you are coming out of that and moving forward now, right? Your energy levels are absolutely returning to max. And if you've had brain fog, as I kind of get the feeling that a lot of you have had this for a while, this month you could actually be saying goodbye to that, all right, which is great. When it comes to your home and environment, the Six of Wands, this could be that actually you're playing host this month. So maybe you've got a lot of invites. I would say as well, for a lot of you, it looks like you're socializing a lot out of home as well. So it's going to be a busy old month for the Taurians. That's really funny. Aries had this same card, and you literally just saw me shuffle them, right? It is what it says. The other thing with the Gate 5 and Patience card, the message behind this is that the frog will wait. I think it's a toad actually. You know, they sit on the lily and they use their tongue to swipe the flies out of the air. The message behind this is they know that there will always be another fly. There will always be another meal to come. So they don't get stressed about it when things aren't going their way, or when it's been, oh, well, it's been a few hours. That means it's probably not coming. You got the Six of Wands, right? So this month you're going to have the patience to know that the money that you are looking to create, or the resources that you need, are absolutely showing up, maybe at a pace that you're not necessarily comfortable with, but the money is definitely coming. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance with all of that good stuff. Look out for the 2026 goodies, because they is coming, and I'm so excited to share them all with you. All right. And I've got something for everyone, from free to paid and all the way back again. All right. So stay tuned. Take care, and I'll see you soon.